I was being considered to become partner in 2012, right? I just come back in 2010, 11, and within 2 years of being a senior associate, again, I was being considered to be a partner. But somehow, it didn't happen that year. But thanks to Heartfulness, it didn't affect me that much.
Do you ever find, Bhai, that your legal practice, your peers, is there a general acceptance of, say, a spiritual path? Because here it's not hard facts. You are dealing with hard facts most of the time.
Yeah.
Law is dealing with numbers and facts like that. But is it easy to explain to your peers? Do you find acceptance of a spiritual life also growing amongst your community of lawyers?
Yeah. So, that's a very, very practical question that you ask. Initially, I feel sometimes it's difficult for people to understand that, right? And yes, sometimes legal field could come across as very aggressive. Again, the whole notion of win and lose. You're trained to doubt. I struggle with that training sometimes, right? Because you're trained to doubt, not trust. You need an evidence for something. You need a precedent for everything, a Supreme Court or a High Court decision to back up every argument, right? That's the training in some ways. So it does come in the way, like after Sahaj Marg, after 6 months or so, there was one evening I had such a strong craving for alcohol because I used to occasionally take it. I was never a drinker, but occasionally take. That evening was such a strong craving I had for alcohol, December 31st, 2011. I still remember that.
Oh, wow.
Right? New Year's Eve. Because the environment was such.
Yeah, everybody's going
But
out.
I had again an inner voice which said, if you resist this temptation today, it will never come back to you. It was hard for me to resist that temptation that day, but I don't know how many lemonades I had that day, right? And how many mocktails I had that day. After that, Rudy Bhai, it just left me.
Wow.
I never felt like drinking ever again. So that inner voice was quite guiding in that sense. Something just snapped. That sanskara just went away. And I never had. So in legal professions, sometimes networking is also over alcohol and stuff. So sometimes as people question initially. But what I realize is over time, as they know you, they also start respecting you for that. Right?
For sticking to
And yes, then my colleagues would very lovingly say, okay, we know you don't drink. Bhaiya, inke liye zara orange juice le lo. Mocktails le lo, tum kya loge? We don't know what you would like. You please tell them what you would like, right? And so on. And they would accept, they would respect your demeanor. They would respect your way of being, I would say, right? Where you can see larger pictures. And I got a compliment which was very heartening for me actually, from one of my mentors at JSA. He was senior to me. He's a very senior equity partner today at the firm. And once I founded Sage Counsel and I told him what I'm doing, corporate practice with this consciousness of being very client-centric, business advisory, plus mediation and coaching and all of that, he said, Akshay, I've always noticed something about you, which is you have this unique ability to convert complex into simple. Right? I was never aware of that. So I was very happy to hear if he thought that way. He said, be a legal problem, and now with coaching and everything, I'm so sure you will add value by changing complexity to simplicity, to simplify the problems for people, whoever you're serving. So yeah, I think people notice, Rudy Bhai, somewhere what happens. And so that was one of the motivations as my inner self was developing. I said, why not wear it on my sleeves now? Call myself Sage Counsel and actually have courage to go out and
your
stuff.
work is actually reflecting your convictions now.
In that ways.
Yes.
That ways.
Yes. So, Akshay, I'm sure you've seen some very difficult situations, work-wise also, and personal life, because, and as a lawyer, you have to deal with some very, very difficult situations. How has your engagement with heartfulness and meditation helped you in those?
Yeah. So I think it has helped me get a perspective, as we sometimes say, correct thinking, right understanding, and integrity of purpose in our thought. So what happened was that 2011 I was introduced to heartfulness. I passed out in 2004, out of which 2 years I spent in New York, 2 years or a little more than that. So I was being considered to become partner in 2012, right? I just come back in 2010, 11, and within 2 years of being a senior associate, again, I was being considered to be a partner in 2012. And that would have been considered fast track, right? Faster achievement in that sense. But somehow, it didn't happen that year. But thanks to heartfulness, it didn't affect me that much, right? After some time, in fact, I realized, how has it actually impacted me? My lifestyle is not going to change drastically. I'll be driving the same car, living in the same house, eating same food, right? Yeah, some compensation would have increased, but that would not drastically change my lifestyle, right? I'll be doing very similar work. I was leading transactions even as a senior associate, and that's why they were considering me for being a partner. And I would continue to do that. And it didn't affect me that much. In fact, I became partner in 2013 along with a lot of my colleagues in regular course of things. I really think it was a blessing or a boon in disguise that it didn't let my ego go out of control, which might have happened, which may have also created some friction or jealousy amongst my peers.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Because who knows who is deserving? How can I say I'm more deserving, or what happened or not happened? In a way, it was quite nice that I became partner along with my peers, right? Along with people passing out of same batch,
Wow.
right? And whatever happened 2012 happened in 2013. How did it affect my life? So that perspective comes. And I didn't take a rash decision of leaving the firm, finding offers in the market or something or the other. And I still cherish my relationship with my folks at JSA. Mr. Jyoti Sagar, who is the founder, is my mentor, my guru in my material life. I have a fantastic relationship with him. I'm on board of trustees for his not-for-profit foundation to save Genesis Foundation, which saves little hearts from congenital diseases like infants who are from economic backward. They try to get medical help to babies with congenital heart diseases. So yeah, that wouldn't have happened. And then later in life, you go through patches where you have very difficult situations. And I took them in stride, I would say. Yes, they are uncomfortable. But I again took that as some level of refining of ego happening. They're being required for your ego to be refined. And if I look back, how did it affect me? It affected me in a positive way. Maybe I'm a more refined individual. But ultimately, how did it affect me?
Wow. Yeah, so
Right?
you have that distance, you have that perspective to be able to see that it won't affect
Yes. It gives you a perspective. And I guess perhaps now while talking to you, I'm understanding what Daji means when he says your evolution of consciousness, I think. And that's what
Yes.
awareness and expansion of awareness sometimes means, and things have happened very naturally. I think universe has been guiding me in my profession also, that